Thanks, Alec, and thanks everybody for joining us today. And just want to talk a bit about our season opener. I thought our guys had a really good week of preparation. We had good focus, good energy at practice, and typical first game. The guys are really excited and hadn't played for a while. And, so you're always kind of wondering how you're going to come out and perform in that first game. And, fortunately, we got off to a quick start with the interception by Hayden Galvin, big play there, and then turned it into points early. And I think that gave us some early momentum. And then it was kind of a grind the rest of the half. I thought defensively, we made them drive the football, which was key going into the game. We're really concerned about the receiver matchups, big guys that run well, and especially Tanner Connor. He's a big play threat, and we limited his catches and thought our guys did a good job with that. And then the goal line stand late in the first quarter, which ended in the second quarter, was huge for our football team. And not only that, but offensively, we turned around and got it out of our own end and were able to score points to go up 10-0. It then came out in the third quarter and had a fast start with a quick score and then a turnover and another score. So overall, pleased with the victory. Got a lot of things to work on. We made some mistakes at things we call discipline penalties that we're concerned about that we got to eliminate as we move forward here, and ball security, and then just being better playing situational football on defense, which we'd like to perform a little bit better. But overall, pleased with the win. Was really impressed as we watched Idaho State from their spring and impressed with their talent. And our guys went out there and found a way to earn a victory.
All right, we'll open it up to questions in the room first before opening up to Zoom. So, Tom, if you have a question, go ahead.
Coach, just how have you handled so far the one less day of preparation here?
Yeah, so it's a quick turnaround, and it's concerning. I'm wherever I go today, I'm carrying rosters and depth charts with me to try to become as familiar as we can with Utah State. They had an impressive victory over Washington State. They're really a hard team to prepare for, and we're just trying to learn their personnel, with a first-year coach, a coach that we have a lot of respect for, and transfer guys. And so what we did is we met yesterday, and we practiced this morning. So we had a quick turnaround, had to get over the game, and had to get out and practice today. And then our mandatory day off will be Saturday, the day after the game. But we can handle it. We hope we can handle it. We need to handle it.
Do you know yet what your availability of your, two of your top receivers there, Garrett Log and Will Valquist? Do you anticipate being able to have a couple of those guys? Yeah,
I think we anticipate having both of them back. I know they're very key for our offensive attack, and Garrett was feeling pretty good yesterday and much better today. So we're anticipating having him back, and we're quite confident that Bo will be back with us too this weekend.
There's a lot of guys in your roster probably who haven't played an FBS game. Is that anything you address?
I think we approach it as just taking care of our preparation. We know this is a very talented team. As you watch them, I think they're a little different at receiver, because not only do they have tall guys, then they have these shorter guys that are really make you miss, and really good in space to get the ball to them quickly. And whereas last week it was more down the field and big guys we were concerned about. And this week it's a combination of different types of receivers. And then obviously on defense, these guys, with the way they pressured Washington State, and they bring a lot more pressure. So we're going to have to be really sound in our protections. There's a number of guys that, high motor guys and athletic up front, good off the edge rushers, but they also bring 5 and 6 guys a good percentage of the time. So our guys got to, really focus on preparation, and then it always maybe an adjustment when you get out there to the talent level. But, we play against good talent in our league. We play against good talent in FCS, but obviously with teams that are FBS and with the scholarship limits differently, the depth may be different than we're used to playing against.
We're going to open it up to questions on Zoom. Use your raise hand feature on Connie. We'll start with Zach.
Coach, I'm interested. I know you had your own game to worry about on Saturday, but afterwards, seeing the amount of FCS upsets over FBS teams or FCS upsets or smaller school upsets, does that kind of get your own team fired up, knowing that they now get their chance to do the same thing?
Well, I think anytime we play, we need to be excited. And these are opportunities to show what you can do. And, the big thing that we keep talking to our guys about going into this game is that we've got to focus on our preparation. And, that's what we're focused on right now. And our guys they love college football like most of us coaches do. And that's why we're part of it. And we see what's going around in the country. And that's why you prepare hard and you go do your best and put it out on the field, and then you live with results. But we're going to prepare very hard for this opponent. And like I said earlier, we have a lot of respect for Coach Anderson and a number of his staff members that we're somewhat familiar with, and then his team. They played very inspired football on Saturday night and went on the road and got a really good win for their program. So I'm sure their fan base will be really excited, and it'll be a tough environment on Friday night.
So much has been made about not being able to win on the road. To do it right out of the chute, right out of the gate in your first game, does that kind of free guys up a little bit, that's maybe not weighing down as much on them going into a second road game here against an FBS opponent?
Yeah, I don't know. We don't talk about it a whole lot. We try to just control what we can control, and we've been a really good home team. That's probably the difference, and we need to get better on the road. We understand that, but it's more about execution and what you do and how you prepare. And sometimes we play very good opponents on the road too. That it's more than the opponent than it is just going on the road at times. And and it was good to go on the road. I think it helps your team. It challenges your team. You're together, and you can really grow closer as a team when it's just you and a few fans, and that's how you grow. And you got to get used to those environments when it's just you and a few fans, and you got to perform at the high level and not let things distract you. So it always helps you to win. Always helps you to get in different environments. But we got to be able to handle all environments. That's for sure.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, Devin, go ahead.
Coach, it really felt like you guys didn't miss a beat at all, heading into this game. Once the game started rolling, it felt like everything was just where you left off in the spring. Do you think the short offseason kind of helped with that?
Our guys played confident in the spring, and the quick turnaround may have had something to do with that. It seemed a little different in fall camp, as you installed, because the recall was a lot better. But we had a lot of new faces and had some true freshmen on the trip, so those guys, it's new for them. But the experience helps you if you have guys out there that have played before, no question. And the quick turnaround, whether it helped us or not, I suppose it did, because we executed pretty well. But there's plenty to clean up yet. We have a lot of work in front of us yet to get playing at the level that we want to play at.
And I know there were still some, question marks to the offensive line, a lot of new faces, things like that. How impressed were you with them on Saturday?
Well, I think we got better as the game moved along. We protected Tommy pretty well again. We were able to run the ball more effectively in the second half than we did in the first half. But, then what we need to do better at is focus throughout the game. We had some mistakes late in the game that really could have helped us in some drives where we ended having to kick a couple field goals where we want to end up in the end zone. So really got to challenge our guys to keep getting better and better. But for the first time out, for those guys working together, I think we played with great effort, and we always want to see that. And then, the one thing that we challenge our guys with now is to be really hungry to learn and be self-critical and accept coaching, because we're going to push our guys to get better and better each and every day.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Nick, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, you just mentioned that the short week kind of gives you a little bit of concerns. Just what's one of the biggest ones there for you?
Well, just physically, you need to recover. We played in a physical football game, and you're on the road, so had a flight back, got back, late on Saturday night, and, have to recover and our sports medicine staff and our coaches, we meet about the health of our team. So that's really important. How do you physically recover? Yet you got to practice, and we want to practice at a high level. So we got to find that right balance that we're taking care of our guys so they feel good by Friday night and are ready to compete at a high level, but you also have to practice so you can execute at a high level too.
It's just kind of how are you working through that? I mean, I know it's early on, but just working through that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you challenge them. It's a mental challenge, you know, sometimes when you're not feeling great, and, you know, football is a physical game. So the best you're going to feel going into a season is probably the first day of fall camp. There's always going to be something that isn't quite right when you play this physical game. So you challenge them mentally to, can we focus on performance and execution and not be concerned if it hurts a little bit here early in the week when we're trying to work through some soreness and stiffness, because it was a challenging game, and Idaho State was physical, and we knocked each other around pretty good in that game. So you're going to be stiff and sore, and you have one less day to recover. So that's a concern.
Anybody else for Tom? One more in the room here.
Just, I think for a lot of UND fans, that might have been the first time they got to see Luke Lennon running around. What do you say about him and his progression?
Yeah, great effort by him. I think he really played hard, and he's done a good job of getting bigger and stronger. And, you know, I think he'll continue to get better and better, but he was a factor in the game, which we need him to be a factor. You know, we wanted to build some depth on the D-line, and it was good to see him out there and, you know, creating some havoc up front, and he'll get better and better as he plays.
We'll go back to Zoom. Alex, go ahead.
Thanks, Alec. Coach, talk about the balance your team showed on offense. I think you rushed for 185 and passed for 183. That's got to please you that it was that balanced on Saturday.
Yeah, you know, you always want to do that. And I think, you know, we went into the game wanting to run the football more consistently, and we need to do that to be efficient on offense. And then what we found, you know, coming out of halftime is we probably had to throw it a little bit more to loosen them up a bit. And so it was a good combination and a good mix of throwing the ball. Felt like, you know, we limited our negative plays in the second half better than in the first half. And that really helps you offensively. But once again, you know, throwing the football, we were really efficient. I believe we were 14-18, and that helps you when you're efficient throwing it and moving the ball. And a couple of big plays gave us some confidence too. I think the first third down in the second half, you know, the back shoulder ball to Garrett Mogg was a really big boost to our offense and got us rolling in the third quarter.
Yeah, you mentioned that third quarter. That was a trope that we saw all throughout the spring as well, coming out of halftime and putting games away or giving yourself more of a cushion. What did you see in the third quarter in this one that lets you get that advantage moving forward?
Well, I think it was just that third down throw gave us some momentum, gave us some confidence, and then to, you know, go down and get in the end zone and score. And then I felt like Jackson really gave us a boost off the edge. You know, he batted a ball down or knocked it out of the quarterback's hand on a strip sack, which made it 2nd and 18. And then on third down, he gets another batted ball that eventually we pick off. And so we get a quick score, we get a turnover, get another quick score. And that gave us a bit of a cushion. And then, you know, like I said, what we want to work on now is being better focused and really, really concentrating throughout the 60 minutes of the game so we can play more solid throughout the entire fourth quarter.
And then last one for me, you mentioned that interception that Ray Haas had on the tip ball from Jackson. What can you tell us about Ray? I know he was shaken up after the play.
Yeah, unfortunately, he won't be playing anymore this season, you know, and made a really good play and was playing really well on Saturday night. So, you know, it's tough when a guy comes back for an extra year and wants to give everything to the program. And, you know, it's been a long journey for him, and he was just playing at such a high level, you know, early in the game, and just unfortunate.